Good evening and welcome to tonight's commencement ceremony for the class of 2023. Thank you, Ms. Rick and our amazing orchestra. Please stand while the class of 2023 choir sings our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. On behalf of the entire FHS staff and our district, we welcome all of our students and their families to celebrate this special class. Throughout the evening, our speakers will no doubt recount the strength, resilience, and perseverance of our students. And while all those descriptions are appropriate, tonight I'm going to focus on the renovation and rejuvenation of our school community. The obvious reference may be attributed to the coming end of our most recent capital project. Drills, hammers, and saws have been a constant white noise for the class of 2023 as we completely rebuilt our entire science wing, combined 3 cafeterias into one, redid hallways with lockers, new lights and ceilings, and built a brand new all-purpose athletic field. Accommodating the dust and crowded hallways and changing classrooms has tested our students' flexibility and perseverance, but persevere they have. In fact, they've thrived through it all and been rewarded with state-of-the-art facilities that we can all be proud of for years to come. Less obvious than the physical changes to our building have been the changes in both students and staff. Emerging further from the pandemic and seeking normalcy, there's been a renewed focus on the fundamentals of school. From the outset, teachers and staff set a tone of rejuvenation, making a conscious choice to build on the lessons of COVID while bringing a focus and intensity to academics. The outcome for all of us has been an incredible year marked by achievements both in and out of the classroom. Like our building, our sense of purpose has undergone a bit of a renovation. We understand our students need a measure of grace from time to time, but they also need structure and guidelines to rebuild work habits and skills that will serve them in the future. Throughout students' journey through FHS, our sincere hope is that our core values of civility, awareness, respect, and embracing differences will see them through the most challenging experiences of their lives. We also endeavor to remind them whenever possible to extend grace and gratitude to those that help guide them along the way. It is in witnessing these moments of grace and gratitude that I find the joy of serving as your principal. It reminds me of the inherent good in each and every one of our students and staff. It reminds me of the reason that most of us that have the great honor of working in education do what we do. We love working with kids and watching them grow. It's been an honor for all of us to witness you flourish academically, share your artistic talents, and compete on the fields of play. So as we reflect on today, let's cherish these moments. I found as we collectively age, it becomes convenient to lament kids these days in a dismissive way. I've always found that platitude to be demeaning and harsh. Having spent close to 30 years now working with high school kids, let me confidently share this. Kids these days are kind, intelligent, passionate advocates. Kids these days balance school, work, extracurricular activities, and they still find space to volunteer their time and talents and experience joy in life. So next time you hear the refrain, kids these days, take a minute, please. Reflect on the amazing kids we are so fortunate to work with every day in Fairport, and know this. Being the principal of Fairport High School is an honor that I'm thankful for every day. And now just a few words of wisdom to our graduates, if you'll indulge me, to guide you on your next journey. First, please take care of the people that take care of you. It's a simple concept, but one we take for granted. This approach to life breeds loyalty and love between friends and families, and it pays dividends beyond your comprehension when you need it the most. Second, you alone decide what type of person you'll be. Make a conscious choice to be a good friend, a good student, a good worker, and perhaps someday a good parent. It's the only thing you have control over. Your character is the sum total of the quality of your effort in work, in relationships, and in life. And lastly, a special request. Come home when you can. I'm sure for some of you, the idea of fleeing Fairport might be the most appealing idea you've ever heard, and for others, it might be the scariest. When you leave, you will gain the perspective that every adult that works and lives in our community has. It's an amazing place to live and raise a family. And this realization might take some time. That's okay. So long as you remember, you're a product of Fairport. Wherever you go, whatever you do, you are a part of our family. Thank you for making us proud to be a Raider. As I think about the path in front of each of you, I'm confident that you're well prepared. There will most certainly be challenges and adversity in your future, whether it be at home, in college, in the workplace, or the military. Remember that you're not alone. Although we are many Raiders, we are one family. You have each other and all of your collective experiences to draw confidence from as you find your way. And of course, you have your Fairport community, and we truly believe that saying, once a Raider, always a Raider. We look forward to hearing about all your future success. Congratulations to the class of 2023. As I explained to the class in our rehearsal, this is an event that we've looked forward to for many, many years. It's my hope that this celebration will be very manageable for all of you, and would like to remind everyone that this ceremony is a culmination of years of hard work and preparation. As such, I would ask that throughout the evening you conduct yourselves with the utmost respect for your peers, your families, and guests for each one of our speakers. Now it's time to introduce our honored guests, and I'd ask each guest to stand as I introduce you and remain standing until we have completed the introductions, and please hold your applause until the end. On the dais this evening, we are joined by our featured student speaker, Sarah Grover, Class President, Elise Kelpfus, Vice President, Matthew Budarazzi, Secretary, Gregory Pepin, Treasurer, Kira Griffin, Guest Speaker, Lindsay Kyle, Class Advisors, Mike DeMay, Corey Miller, and Sean Miller, our District Office Leadership, led by our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Brett Provenzano, Deputy Superintendent, Dr. Tanya Wilson-Thevenessen, Assistant Superintendent for Human Resources, Doug Lauf, Assistant Superintendent for Business, Mr. Matt Stevens, and of course our Board of Education, led by our President, Erica Bellis-Pacer, Vice President, Peter Forsgren, Marty Cardona, Janice Fortuna, Joyce Kostick, Dr. Brian Moritz, Dr. Mary Caitlin Wright. I'd also like to acknowledge the rest of our building administrators, Lindsay Kyle, Ryan Kuhn, Stephanie Miner, and Madison Power, and of course our team at Minerva DeLand, Mr. Dominic Monticelli and Patricia McGrath. Lastly, our guidance counselors worked tirelessly over the last 3 years to ensure this day would be a reality for all of our students. Please welcome Marty Budendeck, Christina Cardamone, Craig Howe, Teresa Howe, Heather Manillo, and Francine Newtown. And lastly, not leastly, we would like to welcome the rest of our staff and a few of our special retirees that are participating in this evening. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce our choir, which will be singing Somewhere Only We Know by Keane under the direction of Dr. Jim Jeffers.
Simple
Thank you. Please join me in welcoming our President and Vice President of the Board of Education to offer a warm welcome.
Congratulations to the class of 2023. Our welcome is going to be a little bit different this year because Peter and I have shared the role as school board president this year. Both of us actually have daughters who are graduating today, and we feel honored that we have been able to watch all of you for the past 13 years grow, and some of you even longer than that. So before we actually welcome everyone today, Peter and I are going to share some interesting facts that we discovered along the way about this amazing group of graduates. And to keep everybody on their toes, we're going to have you get up and sit down a little bit so you don't fall asleep.
So let's start out with some movement. Members of the class of 2023, stand up if you have ever participated in any of your time here at Fairport School District in a club. Stand up if you participate in a club. Wow, amazing. So vast majority of you. Just for FYI, there have been 35 clubs of your option here in this current year that you're finishing up now. A lot of options. Thank you for participating.
You can sit down. Some of you will probably stand up again. Stand up if you've ever played a sport here in Fairport. Middle school, high school, Minerva. Yeah, that's pretty outstanding. So for this year, there were 2,220 students in grades 9 through 12 that participated here in Fairport, and many, of course, were on different rosters as well.
Okay, sit down, but get ready to stand up if you have ever participated in a music program, any music program throughout your career. While you all stay busy, more than 1,500 students participated this last year throughout the whole district in the various ensembles that we have, band, choral, or orchestra.
You can sit down. Next up, we have drama. Stand up if you've ever participated in a musical or a play or some sort of drama event here at Fairport. This year at Fairport High School, there were 130 students that were contributing to the spring musical. At Martha Brown, there were 80 students that participated in the spring musical. At Minerva DeLand, there were more than 40, and at JP, there were 30. So obviously, lots of students involved.
Okay, sit down. This one isn't require movement, but we were curious about all the pizza you might eat. So we've asked the lunch staff how many slices of pizza were eaten at the high school over this past year. And you can place your wagers, but we don't have time to take bets. That comes to 21,760 slices of pizza throughout this year, roughly about 2,700 large pizzas. And in the whole school district as a whole, it almost came to 85,000 slices of pizza. Well done. I'm sure you're just getting started.
Another fun fact that we found out, you don't have to stand up, is we were curious how much technology changed since COVID, since we needed so many devices for both virtual and hybrid instruction. So we did find out that there are 530 touchscreen TVs with 530 desktop computers in the e-classrooms. There are 700 teacher laptops with close to 5,500 student Chromebooks or iPads being used. So lots and lots of technology as well.
We didn't mention phones, did we?
No, I didn't.
So another fun fact, maybe you won't find this as fun, but the number of minutes that you sat in classes, rough estimate, 23,652,000 this year. Over the course of your career, that comes to somewhere north of 300 million minutes, and if you're continuing on in other educational pursuits, you're just getting started.
And now I'm just going to welcome everyone officially. So welcome to our graduates. The school board is incredibly proud of you and your achievements and what the future holds for you. I would like to take a minute and thank all of the parents, families, teachers, administrators, and school staff that has supported the class of 2023 on their journeys. Whether you're going to college, entering the workforce, joining the military, doing an apprenticeship program, or entering a trades program, we know that your future is bright. Welcome to your graduation ceremony and congratulations, class of 2023.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and we'll have a quiz on that stuff later. I'd also like to thank you for your leadership, and it's my pleasure at this time to invite our superintendent, Mr. Brett Provenzano, to the podium to offer his remarks to the class of 2023. Mr. Provenzano?
Good evening, everyone. I'm grateful for our talented musicians who are here this evening, sharing their special talents and adding to the moment. Ms. Rick and Dr. Jeffries, thank you so much. Let's give them a big round of applause, please. As we close the chapter on another year in our storied Fairport schools, it is a privilege to share these moments with our Board of Education, our families and friends, and of course, you ready for this? The graduating class of 2023. In moments like these, it's important to be grateful, and some thank yous are definitely in order. Thank you to Mr. Clark and his team, along with our Fairport High School PTA, for planning graduation festivities so this class could close out their time together in meaningful ways. Parents, family members, caregivers, and friends, we consider it a privilege to be part of your child's journey. We share in your joy, pride, and passion for your children. This is your moment, too. Fully embrace it. Students, please give your parents and or guardians a round of applause. To our esteemed Board of Education, special moments occur frequently in our schools, and memories are made each year as a result of your student-centered vision and your intentional investments in our students. You enable all the glory found in our district, and we thank you for your steadfast commitment to each child, every child, and the whole child. Board of Education, thank you. To our Fairport educators, many of you who are here tonight, and I frequently say anyone who works with and is invested in our children on behalf of our schools as an educator, I frequently state behind every special experience is a caring Fairport educator. Your personal approach inspires our students to discover the very best version of themselves. Thank you very much. And now, graduates in class of 2023, congratulations. You have overcome the adversities of the pandemic when you were ninth graders and the interruptions it caused throughout your high school experience. And you have come out stronger in many ways and united as a class. We've seen that over the past several weeks. Now I ask you, take a moment to think about the people who have helped you along the way during your time here in Fairport. Picture the coaches, teachers, principals, bus drivers, counselors, sentries, librarians, each person showing up for the moment in your Fairport journey when you needed them. This isn't a coincidence. It just didn't happen. It was highly intentional. Every person who has made a difference in your Fairport journey made the choice to join our Fairport family. And we do it so that someday, maybe a day just like today, we can celebrate you and watch you fly. Make your work to be in keeping with your purpose, said Leonardo da Vinci. Putting it another way, find meaning in the things you do and do them with intention. Doing things with intention and with that Raider spirit, which is second to none, are the threads that tie the Fairport story together, adding a little heart and soul into each experience and doing it on purpose with the sole intention of making a difference. That's Fairport's secret recipe. Now that you know and have experienced this throughout our schools, take it out in the world and act on it. Move forward with heart, with gratitude, with compassion. Find meaning in the things you do and do them with purpose. On whatever path you find for yourself in the future, whether it's in the workforce, in higher education, in researching a cure for cancer, or building homes, or working from home, or writing a book, or serving your country. Use your intention to shape the world with the values of care. They're timeless values. Be compassionate, be aware, be respectful, and embrace the differences our world has to offer. And do it with purpose. Take everything that you have learned from every classroom to every playing field, stage, and event, and go out and give it back to the world. Make the world a better place with the heart and skills you have learned in our Fairport schools. And how well you do this, well, that will ultimately be how we measure our success as a school district. This is within your reach and the one thing you can control. Now, you're graduating and everybody's got to give you advice. And just in case, all right, you needed a little bit more advice, we have some special guests from Mrs. Barkow's and Mrs. Rockhouse kindergarten's class at Brooks Hill. They're going to share some pearls of wisdom before you venture to your next destination.
I would say do some exercise. If you don't pass 6th grade, you're going to have to go back to 5th grade. Drink milk because it's good for your body. You can share twice. Be safe. When you brush teeth, you want to put toothpaste on. You want to put toothpaste on the toothbrush. Doing math correctly. I would say that I would invite people to invite them to my table. Just because you make new friends doesn't mean you always have to play with them. Don't eat too much candy. Guys, don't give up the first time. Do your best in your schoolwork. Do good. Don't give up. Listen to the teacher. Bye-bye.
They say everything you needed to know and learn about, you learned it in kindergarten. Well, that's all you need to do to go forth and continue to be great. Graduates, you have all heard the statement, once a Raider, always a Raider. Just wait until you experience it beyond our borders here in Fairport. I guarantee you this, you will encounter other Fairport graduates during your travels, and you will feel that Fairport connection when you least expect it. It will draw you in. And remember, it will bring you back to a place of special times. It's a thread that ties the Fairport story together. And if you need a reminder, like Mr. Clark said, come back every once in a while. Just come back and visit the community pep rally, a concert, a play, or a sporting event, and you will be reminded quickly of Fairport roots and Fairport pride. Class of 2023, as you begin your next adventure, I'm going to ask you for one last time, look around at your peers. Allow yourself a moment of pride. Be proud of the values that bind us together. Be proud to be part of a compassionate, caring, and unified Fairport community. Be proud of yourselves and know that you are loved, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations once again to each and every one of you and to your families and loved ones who are here with you tonight. You have achieved a great thing, and you have done it with intention. Thank you.
It is now my pleasure to introduce the class president. Elise Kelfus has done an exceptional job bringing this class together this year. Please join me in welcoming Elise.
Thank you. Welcome 2023 graduates and families, and congratulations. It's an honor to be standing with all of you on such an exciting night. Ubuntu is an African philosophy that loosely translates to I am because we are, celebrating the idea that as human beings, there is a universal bond connecting us. I first learned of this ideology in my French class from Madame Vandenberg. Here, we're encouraged to utilize this mentality within the classroom. One morning, we found out that a classmate had suffered the death of a parent, a pain that is completely unimaginable to me. We wanted to let our friend know that we cared, so we made cards expressing our sympathy and support. The idea that I am because we are is evident in our little community in room 247. Our friend was hurting. They're a part of our class, and they're a part of us. So reaching out to express our love and support was a natural response, a reflex. This profound sense of humanity binds us together, and it's who we are at Fairport High School. Ubuntu is everywhere in Fairport. We may call it CARE, Fairport Family, or the Golden Rule, and a few examples from the class of 2023 come to mind. Noor Ruhana was able to explain how Fairport's music program allowed her to connect with her peers and teachers and strengthen her family bond. This connection made through music is something she says she will always cherish. Noor was able to find a home in orchestra, and through the hum of the violin strings, Noor heard clearly the song of Ubuntu. When Delaney Baker faced challenges in her personal life, teachers at Brooks Hill were able to provide her a place of peace by giving her a note with Smarties, reassuring her that there was someone who always had her back. The overload of sour sweetness that Delaney tasted was the flavor of Ubuntu. Julian Quesada notes how the cross-country team gathers at the finish line to cheer on each runner and will not leave until they have crossed that line. Fairport's runners function as one collective entity, where the strength of one fortifies the strength of all. In the roar of his teammates, Julian has heard Ubuntu. All of these examples of the power of human connection go back to the fundamentals of Ubuntu, that we are all individuals in a community and have the responsibility for looking out for each other. There is a sense of togetherness that is unique to Fairport schools, and it is not only seen through Brotherhood Sisterhood Week or CARE, but because of how we lift each other up. Strapping into the roller coaster together in the red zone, connecting on the 8th grade Washington, D.C. trip when we all bought bucket hats, racing out the back doors to beat the buses, and letting someone know you care. I have experienced time and time again how I am a part of the bigger community that values inclusivity and humanity. And I think Ruth Bader Ginsburg explained the significance of belonging, Ubuntu, very well. She said, "Always do something outside yourself. You are a member of a community. You are blessed with having certain talents. Use your education and your talent to help make things a little better for the people who are not as fortunate as you are." Take what you've gained here at FHS. Your knowledge, social skills, resilience, how to safely walk through the halls in the dark, and use that to help others. You have the capability to empower those who have not had the same privileges as you. Find a place or group of people who also value compassion, empathy, and inclusivity. Your experiences at FHS will carry with you and help you find your sense of belonging wherever you go. It has been an honor to be the president of the class of 2023 at Fairport High School, and I am so grateful to have experienced it with all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Elise. Before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to ask our Day Jazz Band to come forward and set up for their performance. It's also time for our featured student speaker. Please join me in welcoming Sarah Grover.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us on this special day. I wanted to speak this evening because I would like to share that Fairport has had my back for the past 18 years, but has also served as an exceedingly supportive community for my mother and my grandparents since 1971. It has supported my friends, it has supported my siblings. I want to first bring us back to those beginning of kindergarten days when we were all asked to draw portraits of our families. Many of you crafted a masterpiece of your nuclear households, drawing you, both your parents, and a younger sibling. Some of you illustrated the beautiful simplicity of your single-parent family. Maybe it was you and your grandparents, or just you and your siblings. You threw your dog or your pet fish in the corner to emphasize that pets are family too. While our 5-year-old hands produced the most disorganized drawings, they all told a story that represents a different experience for all of us. My name is Sarah, and I mention kindergarten drawings to ultimately describe my own, one that was likely not forgotten by Dudley's famous Mrs. Fitzgerald back in 2010. When I drew my family, I began with myself, of course, being the baby of the family will do that to you. I then moved on to my mom, my dad, my twin brothers, Jake and Andy, my sister Priya, John, if you know him, and our dog Rocky. By the sound of it, it was a typical drawing, and to me, my family was completely normal. But the drawing provoked several questions. Why did one of them only have 2 fingers on each hand? Why was one of them brown? And why were half of them in wheelchairs? I just want to say that everything about me has always seemed so ordinary until you understand my family's impact on my life. My mom, Jean, is disabled. She is a survivor of thalidomide, which was a drug created in the late 1950s. It served as a sedative with the amazing side effect of alleviating morning sickness in pregnant women, until eventually it was discovered to cause devastating birth defects in newborn babies. Samples of this drug were widely dispersed in the US in the 50s and 60s, including to my grandmother in 1962. My mom has a physical disability that affects her limbs. She was born with 2 fingers on each hand, she has no elbow joints, and she is lacking the femur in both legs, resulting in her height of 3'6", leaving her no choice but to wear prosthetic legs and use a scooter to move around. Mom, you are the most intelligent, caring, creative, impressive person I know. And to all of you, I understand that her differences are a lot to take in all at once. But it's necessary to realize that she was once in our place as well. Graduating with the class of 1980, Fairport has been her home her entire life. It is the open-minded acceptance of her peers and the love she received from her community that kept her here all this time, wanting the same for her own children. She has opened my eyes completely to what it means to make the most out of everything I'm given and taking advantage out of each opportunity that comes my way. This is also true of my big sister, Priya. My mom adopted her from India when she was just 3.5 years old. She was also born with a physical disability. Hers is called arthrogryposis, and it affects all of her joints. Her legs are fixed in a crisscross applesauce position, causing her to only be able to walk on her knees, so in turn she needs to use a wheelchair. Priya graduated with the class of 2016, and the impact she had on Fairport schools has been idolized by our mutual teachers since I was in elementary school. I've been told of many of her antics, thank you Mr. Lincoln and G, including her reaching dangerous speeds on her wheelchair through the FHS hallways, never missing a chance to exhibit her ornery spirit during class discussions, and always laughing, sometimes sarcastically. But either way, her upbeat personality was contagious. Priya, you've taught me how to argue. But with that, you've also taught me self-advocacy, and for that I cannot thank you enough. Priya's instructors were her best friends and her biggest supporters, and never fell short of encouraging her to pursue her career goals. Where I have personally experienced Fairport having my back the most was this year, our senior year. My father, Keith, has always been my biggest role model, my biggest fan, the guy who taught me how to spell, the man who loved me more than all you other boys I've talked to, and the person who instilled in me however much confidence it takes to volunteer to give a speech like this. He was 60 years old when I was born, making him the oldest parent of my peers. When I was 12, he underwent several surgeries to improve his vascular function after a series of falls and lack of circulation to his feet. In 2019, he was diagnosed with Lewy body dementia and the onset of a brain tumor. From 6th through 12th grade, I experienced the very slow, very defeating reality of his health and memory decline, while my brothers and I stepped in at every chance we could to provide aid service for him. As his baby, I knew I had to reciprocate the love and care he used to give to me while he still could, as well as help him in ways my mom wasn't physically able to. After an extremely long battle, he passed away in the beginning of this year on September 24th, 2022. Dad, clearly you weren't able to see me graduate, but I am as sure as anything that you're with me tonight. You're watching over me, and you're proud. I love you more. My dad's passing was a heartbreak I wouldn't wish on anyone, but his death helped me to understand, to experience, and to truly feel the caring foundation that the Fairport Central School District has cultivated over the decades. Fairport helped me say goodbye to him, and now I say goodbye to you all. Goodbye and thank you. To the administration and the Board of Education, you've had my back by solidifying the school district into a space in which my peers and I feel safe. It means more than we can put into words. Thank you. To all of my teachers, you've had my back by accommodating my unusual situation and always reassuring me of my potential. The connections I have made with each of you are unparalleled. You guys are my second family. Thank you. And thank you for giving me bonus points. To all of my best friends, whether I've known you since preschool, from my infamous neighborhood school bus, or we just met in the cafeteria this year, you've had my back by constantly making me laugh and being my support system. I cannot imagine a life without you all, but I know you will do big things. Thank you. And to all of you students who have given your quiet support for the past 13 years, you are the heart of this great community that we all call home. You may not have always said a lot, but you meant a lot to me and to the people around you. You are everything. Thank you. I hope that as you all pursue the coming chapters of your life, you find importance in sharing your own story. Please be confident in who you are and the things you have to say. Draw strength from those around you. Draw inspiration from the people in your life who make you the best version of yourself. Draw your own portrait of the life that you've always dreamed of. No matter where you end up, remember that Fairport will always be a place that accepts you for your differences and a place that has your back.
Great job, Sarah. It is my pleasure now to introduce the Day Jazz Band under the direction of Aaron Hart to offer a musical tribute to the class of 2023. Aaron? The Fairport High School Student Hall of Fame exists to annually recognize students that have achieved distinction in their careers at FHS in academics, extracurricular activities, citizenship, service, leadership, and spirit. It is our pleasure to announce that 4 members of the class of 2023 were recently elected to the Student Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Sarah Grover, Elise Kelfis, Greg Pepin, and Nora Ruhana on this well-deserved and prestigious honor. Our next speaker is going to be introduced by our Vice President of the class of 2023, Mr. Matt Budarazi.
I'm honored tonight to introduce everyone's favorite administrator and our graduation speaker, Ms. Kyle. Ms. Kyle came to Fairport in 2014, but it was not until 2019 that she took on her role as traveling assistant principal, which required her to split her time between Minerva DeLand and FHS. That timing coincided perfectly with our launch into high school. It is a tremendous credit to her that she was able to become such a constant source of support and guidance to so many of us while she herself was learning the ropes of her new role. Though we might not want to admit it tonight, starting high school was a stressful time for many of us. We were thrown into an unfamiliar building at the same time we were getting to know many of our peers who came from a different middle school. On top of that, we knew that the start of high school was the beginning of the end of our time at Fairport, and we needed to start planning for our lives post-graduation. Enter Miss Kyle, whose outgoing and kind personality, along with her understanding of the stresses we were under, helped to make this transition seamless. Her genuine interest in every student brought our class closer to her and to one another. Later, when we moved on from Minerva and went to the high school, she was a familiar face that smoothed out the rough spots for us. Whether it was communicating where certain classes were or simply engaging in small talk, we all felt Ms. Kyle's presence. For these reasons and countless others, I was not surprised to learn that our senior class had selected Ms. Kyle as our graduation speaker. As a class, we have a special bond with her, as she's the only administrator who has been present in all 4 years of our high school careers. During this time, she has done more for us than she'll ever know. She exemplifies what it means to be a Red Raider. Without further ado, please welcome Ms. Kyle.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, seniors, for selecting me to share a few thoughts with you tonight as you graduate from Fairport High School, the class of 2023. I am truly touched and deeply honored. To get an idea of where to start, I sought help from the muse of the modern age and your best resource, ChatGPT and Snapchat AI. What first spit out were verbose sentences about reflecting on your academic journey, being on the precipice of change, language that was eloquent and articulate and ostentatious even, but ultimately it sounded nothing like me. So I started over and wrote straight from the heart. This class means so much to me, and not just because of your big personalities or your adolescent mischief that makes me laugh every day, but because of how remarkable it is to have witnessed all the ways that your class has left its mark on Fairport High School. I am immensely proud of you and the work you, your families, and your teachers have put in to get to this point. To graduate is, in a way, to change gradually, and I am so grateful to have shared 4 years with such a unique and fun group of young people that has changed gradually from unsure, anxious, and at times immature ninth graders to confident, skilled, headstrong seniors. You are graduates, ready to embark on the next part of your life. Reaching this point has not been easy. Your journey through high school has been a roller coaster, except the roller coaster was kind of on fire, in danger of going off the tracks at a local carnival that's operating without a permit, and you're definitely not going home with your fried dough. In all seriousness, when Mr. Clark shared with me that you had selected me to be your speaker, I had 2 thoughts. The first truly was mild panic. There's so many people in one space. I'll have to use a microphone. This is very uncomfortable for me, which makes me uncomfortable because there's potential feedback or a strange delay, or you could go to talk into it and find that it's off, all incredibly awkward. And a second thought of what do I have to say to these kids that they haven't already learned or experienced for themselves, given all that you've gone through. Going back to the roller coaster, you got on this ride as noisy, curious, and edgy, but spirited ninth graders who literally bounced into the auditorium for ninth grade orientation on one of the hottest days of August 2019. The school year started and you had a positive attitude, but found it challenging to adjust to high school expectations, which Mrs. Serrani assured me was typical of other classes before you. At times, you struggled to get along with each other or get your work done, or stay in class, or learn how to study, but you were starting to figure it out. And just when we thought you were coming into the part of the roller coaster where you can catch your breath and maybe open your eyes a little bit, COVID hit. Suddenly, people were talking about unprecedented times, which quite honestly is a phrase I never want to hear again. There was a stock market-like rush on toilet paper and Lysol, and then we closed. Your freshman year abruptly ended on March 13th, 2020, and you picked up your materials for distance learning 4 days later on March 17th. I remember when you came into Minerva DeLand to pick up your belongings that we so neatly organized by last name specific time slots on labeled tables outlining the perimeter of the gym. One-way traffic, masked, gloved, confused, hopeful, and unaware of how long closure was going to last. I distinctly and vividly remember seeing each one of your faces, half your faces, and sensing your fear and anxiety as you questioned when you might see each other, your teachers, or your non-immediate families again. Your teachers scrambled to learn how to teach you in your home from their home, and we all found out pretty fast that with technology, anything is possible. Those Google Meets with your teacher's dog walking into the frame, one student's got a shrine to Nicki Minaj in the background, someone's unmuted and their mom is yelling at them to clean their room, and there's always one kid in bed not quite ready for the day. That was some really excellent 21st century learning. Your parents worked hard to figure out how to best support you while trying to set a tone that this too shall pass and everything will be fine and that you'll be okay, while you tried your best to balance an odd sense of responsibility and independence with the daunting and challenging time of being young adults, who evidently wouldn't end up seeing each other again consistently and as a whole until September of 2021. Parallel to your roller coaster ride was my own carnival funhouse experience, complete with uneven flooring and other unforeseen obstacles. I had just started the 2019-2020 school year as an assistant principal after being a teacher at FHS for a relatively short amount of time. Those who knew me way back when often point out the irony or hilarity that I'm a high school administrator or have anything to do with helping to manage a high school. I ironically thought maybe I would become a teacher after having been a pretty terrible student. I was unorganized, I wasn't super dedicated to my studies, and my college years were exceptionally hard for me for all kinds of reasons. When I finally got it together and landed this amazing teaching job, I was so excited and yet so afraid I was going to screw it up. And I had a similar thought when I decided maybe I'll go into administration and somehow was the successful candidate for the newest AP job at FHS. In this job, I often think, what am I actually doing? Because if I'm being honest, which you and I always strive to do with each other, I don't always know what I'm talking about, and many times have a tiny but consistent voice in my head asking me, are you sure you're good enough to be doing this? Are you sure you're doing the right thing? There's certainly plenty of people that are smarter than me, that have more knowledge of resources and systems, and are true change agents than I could ever possibly imagine to be. People who excel in this job are people who know what to say and how to say it. They've mastered the art of fixing their face so it doesn't give away those passive thoughts we're supposed to keep in our brain and out of our mouths, and can command the attention of a room. And that's never been me, as I've always strived to just blend in or fly under the radar or find something I'm good at so I can finally take a breath for a minute and feel like I've got this. And there's really not a lot of those moments to experience in this job. But this class, the class of 2023, has allowed me to still have the special moments that teachers experience. Those moments with those classes of kids that let you in and that you connect with, which is something I loved about being a teacher and was terrified about not being able to experience as an administrator. This class let me in, and for that, I'm incredibly grateful. Because you let me in, I've learned quite a bit about this class. Your class is fiercely loyal to your people, whether it be a classmate that you rally around when they struggle, or when you spend your English class color-coding and categorizing a playlist of Taylor Swift's hits to hopefully convince me that she is in fact amazing and deserving of time on my Spotify playlist. I'm getting there. You honor and connect with all sorts of adults in your world. You repeatedly recognize sentries, cafeteria staff, custodians, secretaries, bus drivers, and paras as people you connect with and enjoy learning from. And not every class does this, but I think it speaks to your overwhelming ability to lean in and connect where it counts. When there's a moment to celebrate, your class is all in. This class has never needed me to beg you to participate in a pep rally, and in fact, you've literally jumped through hula hoops while holding on to each other to try and beat the class ahead of you at our first ever outdoor homecoming celebration, and it was great. Because you've let me in, I know this class has faced some very intense challenges. You've encountered political unrest, a pandemic, and your own personal hardships. You've experienced intense moments of loss, mental health crises, and struggling friendships. You've made countless mistakes, and so have I. but you've also been able to acknowledge, sometimes after some quiet or not so quiet reflection, everything you've done and gone through, and you own it. Together, we've had real conversations and shared moments related to wondering if we're good enough or doing the right thing, even when it's been really hard. We've wondered if we're living up to expectations that we've either put on ourselves or what we know others expect of us. And at times, what we've been expected to accomplish has seemed impossible and led us to question if we're ever going to get it right. But you, seniors, graduates, have pressed on, figured it out, made adjustments, and moved forward. Because you've let me in, I've seen how this class lives in the gray area. You recognize that multiple things can be true at the same time, that your shared and personal experiences can both take up the same space. I've heard you talk about race, poverty, discrimination, feeling targeted because of the makeup or profession of your family. And I've heard this class have these conversations in ways where we as adults have failed. You listen, you appreciate. You say, "You've made me think differently about this, and thank you for sharing your experiences with me." You've acknowledged you can and must do better in your own ways of either quiet conviction or demonstrative action and protest. And you've led for and with each other. You've done all of these things from the field as AGR Player of the Year, as a championship diver, playing in the orchestra as an all-Eastern musical performer, and from backstage of the FHS musical as head of costumes. You've done it all. You've embraced opportunities to dig in. You've moved here from 9 different countries. You've scored 1,000 points. You've held down jobs since you were 14 years old. And you've proven time and time again that you are good enough and you will do whatever it takes to get it right. These are really only some of the moments which give me pause and remind me how much I will truly miss you. As your roller coaster ride finally eases to an end and you head out to the parking lot, perhaps a little dizzy from the ride, with that fried dough or funnel cake in hand, and the gates of this crazy carnival closing behind you. My husband is one of those unicorn people whose closest group of people are friends from grade school and high school, Fairport High School, while I'm one of those people who will likely never attend the high school reunion. And no matter which of those people you end up being, I'm going to leave you all with the following. For those of you who've struggled to find yourself or your people, you will. And for those of you who've enjoyed this time, just don't let these years be your best years. Take from your time at Fairport what you need, whether it be the foundation you created being an activist, a standout athlete, an artist, the place where you discovered who you are or are not, or the place that helped you realize that you can do hard things. Stay true to and believe in yourselves. Continue to show up, learn, listen, create, laugh, cause some good trouble, and move forward in line to the next ride at the next carnival. We love you. I love you. Thank you for letting me in, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Kyle. And before we proceed with the presentation of the class gift, I would like to ask row A to please stand and follow Ms. Minor to have your pictures taken. While we're getting that set up, I'm going to move on to the presentation of our class gift. Our next guests have a special presentation to make on behalf of the class of 2023. Please welcome Secretary Greg Pepin and Treasurer Kira Griffin to present the class gift.
Hello, class of 2023. I'm Kira, your class secretary.
And I'm Greg, your class treasurer. Today marks a day of celebration, of gratitude, and of joy for all. For this class is special. You all are some of the most gregarious, generous, and genuine students that have walked through Fairport High School. So, it is our esteemed pleasure to present the annual class gift as a testament to the leadership and altruism that this class has already emulated.
In honoring our Raider tradition, we will be donating our remaining funds to the younger classes so that they might further build community and foster opportunities at FHS. We are so appreciative and excited for the class of 2023, and we hope to have left a lasting mark on the Fairport family. Thank you.
All right, this is it. Presentation of diplomas, the moment you've all been waiting for as we begin. I would like to remind students that after the last diploma is presented, Mr. Provenzano will confer the diplomas, and I would ask you to remain in your row patiently as we process out. I'd also like to just extend a message from Blue Cross Arena that the students are going to follow us back behind the stage and exit through the back of the building, and families will meet up outside. Thank you so much for your patience and understanding, and let's get this going.
Salah Al-Ismail. Muhaddin Abdul Qadir. Raison Agay. Haider Al-Amara. Jack Alexander. Jordan Allen. Emily Allison. Bashir Almoez. Jillian Ambler. Madison Annabelle. Nathan Antonucci. Nathan Arcerio. Gabriela Astigaraga. Hannah Ofterhide. Sarah Ofterhide. Ellie Arena. Daniel Aren. Matthew Bagley. Andrew Bagnato. Delaney Baker. Tyler Balmer. Joseph Barbaro. Cole Bartoszewski. Angelina Barrett. Julia Barrett. Keaton Barrett. Yasmin Bartlett. Matilda Bassi. Morgan Bates. Corey Bombach. Allison Beardsley. Mia Beckwith. Maya Biedenbach. Vivian Black. Caroline Blasica Perez. Riley Bodell. Angelina Bohm. Camille Bokiba. Gianna Bellino. Fraser Boyum. Abigail Bradford. Lauren Brom. Magdalena Bry. Jaden Brewington. Emily Briscoe. Leah Broadbent. Mackenzie Broley. Mason Broncatello. Harper Brown. Jacob Brown. Zilius Bruce Jr. William Budinger. Ryan Burchett. Luke Bureau. Riley Burek. Hannah Baruto. Audrey Busher. Jack Bushnell. Matthew Budarazi. Megan Cahall. Emily Kane. Noah Chikandamir. Robert Cameron. Ian Camp. Reed Canham. Nicholas Carbonell. Cadence Cardona. Ava Cardona Berger.
Christopher Kerrigan. Samuel Casey. Kate Casson. Jason Caton. Dylan Chambers. Nicole Champlin. Jasmine Chen. Mark Cristello. Jack Sakata. Matthew Sakata. Addie Claus. Abigail Consul. Landon Conyers. Armando Rowan Costabile. Ella Costanza. Jeffrey Craddock Jr. Elena Crespo. Abigail Cronk. Zach Daggs. Isaiah A. Davis. Marina DeChick. Cameron M. DeMay. Jack Durcola. Sasha Dervaux. Alexa Rose DeSantis. Cameron DeVeist. Maddox Dungana. Nate DiCarlo. Erica Taylor Dixon. Nate Deal. Joshua DiNicola. Madison DeSalvo. Zach Ditzel. Zachary Dolce. Morgan Donovan. Morgan Elizabeth Donovan. John Downey. Mackenzie Downs. Aaron Dugan. Ava Dunham. Anna Dunn. Aiden East. Alyssa Ebenhock. Ryan Ebenhock. Brandon M. Eddington. Toby Edwards. Calvin Erickson. Allison Tigert Asmarian. Amelia Everly. Abby Ewert. Sydney Fowler. May Fastaya. Rachel Fay. Christopher A. Ferguson. Tyler Ferrari. West Finger. Mary Kate Fish. Holly Fisk. Anna Foe. Emma Jocelyn Forsgren. Paige Foster. Aaliyah Rael Fox. Caitlin Lee Frank. Peter Frank. Rachel Freitas. Jamie French.
Jamie Gannon. Jason Gebby. Bella Giroux. Ziudeen Gulami. Amelia Gibbons. Kayla Gilbert. Grace Gillespie. Brennan Glorioso. Alexander Golden. Juliana Goshevsky. Colin Grape. Colin Gregory. Margaret Grada. Emily Gravel. Allison Gribben. Luke Greishaber. Kira Griffin. Sarah Grover. Victoria Groisman. Holly Gruba. Joanna Gullo. Ethan Hake. Elizabeth Hammond. Rabia Hamadullah. Jesslyn Hahn. Hayden Handy. Drew Haney. James Hargis. Addison Hartney. Aaron Hart. Julia Harvey. Melissa Harvey. Audrey Hedler. Lillian Hendricks Jones. Zachary Herdzik. Fabian Hernandez. Connor Hickey. Samuel Hillier. Sarah Hirschler. Colin Hodge. Andrew Hoffman. Connor Hoffman. JT Homan. Caitlin Hosford. John Hooper. Paige Huang. Haley Hines. Bryn Ibbotson. Kira Jackson Rogers. Jake Johnson. Kendall Johnson. Maxwell Jones. Zachary Jordan. Antonio Jorge. Jayon Joseph. Cody Kaiser. Elise Kelfis. Abigail Kennedy. Olivia Cattell. Michaela Keys. Aya Kanafis. Lemon King. Emma Kleiss. Brady Colson. Tamish Kraus. Henry Kriegel. Lily Krinky. Ava Kuhn. Avery Call. Shane Quo. Emma Kwasinski. Let me know when you're ready. You good?
Let's hold off until we've got a few more through.
Dimitrios Kyriazis. Matthew Legault. Carter Lankdo. Anna Lansdowne. Sophia Lapp. Austin LaSalle. Cameron Lauf. Marin Lawrence. Taylor Lawrence. Jared Lax. Nicholas LeBlanc. Caden LaChase. Abigail Lenhard. Justin Leonard. Madeline Levine. Michael Levy. Ayun Lee. Daniel Labudi. Matthew Lindquist. Amanda Linenbrink. Lily Lovell. Eliana Lucci. Emma Lyle. Gavin Lind. Maxim Miksimchuk. JC Mandel. Caitlin Marcello. Zoe Marcus. Hannah Martin.
Alejandro Martinez. Nathan Mathis. Kymere Matthews. Kaylin Maxwell. Steve Mboko. Hayden McHugh. Ryan McDermott. Ryan McDermott. Alexia McKeithrin. Grady McElvany. Lauren McIntyre. Margaret McMahon. Vic McNally. Ella Meebon. Abby Merkley. Caitlin Merle. Sophie Maywison. Chloe Michaud. Spencer Mikulski. Andrew Miller. Jonas Matrusis. Parker Mize. Genevieve Motzel. Mary Mall. Amelia Moorhead. Abby Moose. B. Morgan. Wyatt Mortimer. Bridget Mulholland. Paul Mergochi. Taryn Murphy. Anthony Nesser. Mia Nicastro. Claire Niebuhr. Hunter Nilsson. Matthew Oberer. Garrett Oleskin. Alessandra Oprio. Natalie Pacer. Chase Paddock. Elliot Painting. Alexander Palmer. Miles Palmer. Mitchell Pancoast. Sarah Payne. Anne-Marie Panzer. Julia Panzeroni. Braden Peony. Sophia Pasalacqua. Alex Pasalugo. Zachary Pearl. Ava Pierce. Anthony Pellicano. Peter Pelletier. Gregory Pepin. Catherine Pepin. Stella Perkowski. Gabriella Peterson. Randall Peterson. Dorothy Pirandry. Raheem Plunkett. Joseph Palizzi. Ashley Pospich. Caitlin Pospich. Morgan Pospich. Leah Price. Logan Prosser. Emily Protz. Isabella Pucci. Julian Casada Gonzalez. Hannah Radomski. Liliana Rafoff. Wallace Rahman Jr. Hamida Ramo, Celeste Ramos, Mercedes Ramos, Samantha Rava, Avery Rollins, Ashley Relier, Jason Renee, Noah Riccioni, Ashley Edwards, Alexis Rivera, Kaylee Rivas, Jackson Rizzo, Stephen Rizzolo, Jordan Robinson, Brian Rommel, Aiden Ross, Ryan Rothberg, Noor Ruhana, Landon Reuter, Eliana Rudnicki, Andrew Runke, Nathaniel Russo, Talia Santiago, Alessa Santilleri, Isaiah Saunders Brevner, Justin A. Savage, Brianna Saylor, Alethea Sayer, Samuel Scarantino, Abigail Shaber.
Violet Shraver, Allison Schultz, Trevor Shushan, Leilana Sims Jackson, Harshdeep Singh, Grace Lynn Slaughter, Navier Smith, Ryan Smith, Elizabeth Snook, Francesca Stanberry Beal, Giovanna Steiner, Molly Starrett, Alexander Stillman, Elena Stong, Maya Stubbe, Catherine Stussman, Davian Tafoya, Jackson Talbot, Michael Taranto, Benjamin Teasdale, Piper Test, Blessing Thomas, Cameron Thompson, Scott Thompson, Morgan Thurley, Ayub Toge, Christian Tomasetti, Jacob Tonovitz, Natalie Torres, Tori Tribunella, William Turry, Jalen Toomey, Brady Unger. John Paul Utzman. Sage Vadney. Natalie Vandevoorty. Parker Vangelo. Yesenia Vega. Samantha Vella. Logan Ververs. Cole Villarreal. Brennan Volkson. Mariana Wozniak. Matthew Walsh. Tyler Wang. Isabel Watson. Brian Webb. Julia Weber. Emily Weston. Kyle Wheatley. Catherine White. Michaela Whitlow. Madison Whitney. Megan Woolley. Annika Wiedrick. Jaden Williams. Michelina Williams. Brody Walcott. Caleb Wood. Mallory Wood. Ariana Woodard. Ray Woodhams. Maya Woods. Megan Woodworth. Luke Rona. Yuji Yang. Chang Yu Yu.
Give me 1 second here. Hey. And now for the conferring of the diplomas, Mr. Provenzano, would you now do us the honor?
Are you guys ready to do this? By the authority vested in me by the New York State Board of Regents, I proudly pronounce you graduates of Fairport High School class of 2023.
A reminder, in just a moment, we're going to ask our new graduates to process out back behind the stage where you came in and join your families after the procession outside the Blue Cross Arena. Mrs. Rick, if you please.